before going to that, we would just say that like how to become a good public speaker, like how to become a good speaker while speaking before the public, before the audience, or before our classmates. For that, we have some certain steps. We will discuss them one by one. But before going to that, just give a glance to the importance of public speaking, that why it is very much important. It is important because the confidence, like it improves your confidence, it makes you motivated, it helps to express your ideas clearly, and it is useful in studies, interviews, and jobs. That was a simple information about public speaking. The problems that we face in public speaking are almost three. There are many problems, but the common problems are three that every individual faces. The first one is stage fright. Stage fright किसे कहते हैं? Stage fright is actually when you feel fear, when you feel demotivated, depressed, or feeling anxiety, or you when you are getting nervous while speaking before your audience. Like when we go to the stage and we feel some pressure, we feel some anxiety on the stage while speaking. So that is stage fright. We will discuss that how to overcome it. We have voice modulation. That is also a kind of, you can say, that problem, that sometimes our voice creates problems while communicating in public. And the third one is body language. But coming to the public speaking, let's discuss it that public speaking is not about speaking perfect English. We have discussed in the previous classes that it is not the communication, or it is not the correct or perfect sentences that you need to speak, you need to express. But the main thing is that we must have an effective communication, like we focus more on effective communication rather than speaking perfect sentences, perfect grammar. So public speaking is more about communicating ideas clearly and confidently to the audience so that they could get your idea, your message. Further, we have that a good speaker knows the topic, speaks clearly, and connects with the audience. The thing or the best thing for a public speaker would be that he or she must know the topic, on which topic he or she is delivering lecture, or he or she is presenting something. He must speak clearly so that his audience can easily get the idea. And your topic must be connected with your audience. What does it mean? Like, for example, today's topic is public speaking, and you are the students of BS Criminology, Sociology, Social Work, or English Department, Islamiyat Department, Pak Study, जितने भी departments हैं. The topic is of public speaking, and you are the students of English language. So now, the purpose or the skills of the speaker, a good speaker must connect this topic with the audience, like with you. That why we are reading public speaking, what is its important, or how can it help us? How can it help my audience? So this is you can say that it is a better skill for the speaker, for for a good speaker, that he connects the topic with the audience. Now again, we have like just mentioned that the main thing or the main issue or the barrier in public speaking is the stage fright. Public speaking clear हो गया है? Anyone who have any question? Okay. So you know that what is stage fright? Stage fright क्या होता है? Anyone? I have shared the notes as well as the screen so that you can easily get the idea and you can read the notes there. What is stage fright?
किंवा खबर त्याचा क्लिअर व कमी
I'm waiting for your response. What is stage fright? You must remember
सर
that.
स्टेज पर घबराना।
जी जी, स्टेज पर घबराना। गुड।
किसी के सामने बोलने से घबराना, मतलब स्टेज पे पब्लिक कम्युनिकेशन से घबराना।
पब्लिक कम्युनिकेशन से घबराना। जी। Very good. Yes, stage fright is feeling fear on the stage while speaking. Like we speak with our friends or colleagues, but when it comes to presentation, with the same thing, when we are supposed to utter or to speak, we feel problems, we feel anxiety, we are depressed, and even we are under pressure that how I would communicate these things. So this is the main barrier in public speaking, that majority of the humans, like it is human nature that we will feel fear. But how to avoid this stage fright will be discussed in this class, that how we can avoid it. हमें तो और कोई कहता है कि यार बस कॉन्फिडेंट रहें, कॉन्फिडेंट रहें, कॉन्फिडेंट रहें और बोलते जाएं, but actually when you go to the stage before the audience, it is natural that you will feel fear. There are different certain steps to avoid the stage fright. Is that first of all you need to build confidence. For building up your confidence, how would you do it? That you have to practice your speech many times at home, at office, during with your colleagues, so that you can avoid this stage fright. First of all, you need to practice your speech with your colleagues or alone, or even you can use the mirroring strategies. Second is you have to practice again and again, aloud, aloud, aloud. But your practice wouldn't be silent. Like you must not be silent while practicing your speech. For example, practice in front of a mirror or record your voice. We have discussed it that you need to mirror yourself, mirror your voice for getting a better communication or getting a better speech. Second thing is that control nervous body signs. You have to control nervous body signs. Just have you like you must have observed that whenever you go to the stage and start speaking, क्या होता है that you feel somehow vibration in your tone and even in your body, like you are not easy to speak. You just need to speak certain sentences, certain words, but your body doesn't allow you because of some vibration, because of fear, and you can't speak that much fluent, you can't speak that much bold, like when you are speaking at your home or with your colleagues. So that is the problem with your nervous body. So how to avoid it? How to avoid this barrier? In communication, you need to first of all take a slow and deep breath. कैसे करना है कि you have to breathe, you have to inhale. Inhale करें and take a slow and deep breath. Just like But don't exhale at the same time. Like when you have inhaled, you need not to exhale at the same time. Just try it. Like bus inhale ho gaya, so that is enough. Now speak. Then your voice would be clear and it would be bold and confident. Try it. You can try it again and again. The second part of it is that you need to relax shoulders and hands. What we do is we are very much strict in hands and shoulders when we are performing something before my audience. So that is a big flaw or a barrier in communication. So you must relax your shoulders and hands before standing before your audience. An example for that is before going on the stage, breathe in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds. Like breathe in for 4 seconds continuously and breathe out for 4 seconds. And I have also mentioned a very smart and tricky way that how you can avoid this barrier is just to inhale करें and pause there. Don't exhale. Directly utter your sentences or the words. Clear? The third thing is that you need to accept small mistakes. You need to accept small mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, so you need to accept it. Like you don't have give it a damn care. You don't to pay a heed to it. You have to leave it. Then audience focuses on message, not errors. So if you create mistakes or you commit mistakes or you have errors in your communication, there are certain ways that you can avoid. The first thing, like you must have seen many speakers on the stage that even if they are creating mistakes, what they do is they smile and they repeat the sentence again. You can say sorry and you can repeat the same sentence, same statement again in a correct way. And you can also like create some expressions to engage your audience that it was a conscious mistake so that they could get engaged. This is natural and you can use many tactics, many ways. But the main purpose of this speaking is to engage your audience, to make them connected with your topic. So for that you are free, like a speaker is free that time. You have many tactics, you have many skills to engage them. Example for it that like if you forget a word, pause and continue calmly. और अक्सर औकात हम ये कहते हैं that when we just stand before the audience on the stage, we directly start speaking. Like we have a kind of fear that we must speak directly before the audience without wasting a single second. But it is not natural. Whenever you go to the stage, you need to be calm, relax, and you need to hold for certain seconds, like 3 to 4 seconds. After that, you need to speak. That will have a very good impression on your audience. The fourth step or the fourth instruction for that is make the audience your friend. That is very much important that like you must have a smiley face before your audience so that they would not get nervous, they wouldn't get demotivated. They would feel that like the presenter is my friend and they would feel at home. Even then they would get in touch with you. They would be taking interest in your topic, in your presentation or whatever you are presenting there. For example, actually, the topic is regarding public speaking, but we have to focus or we have to adjust it to our class because main thing is presenting before my classmates, so I must be prepared for it. तो उसमें whenever we are presenting something in the class, we have to follow these instructions so that we could become a good presenter or a good speaker. There is a difference between presenter and a speaker. Like something you are presenting and your presentation style and way matters while speaking, then language plays a vital role. But For a perfect speaker, we must use both these skills of presentations and speaker. लाइक ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप जब भी प्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं तो उसके लिए ये चाहिए दैट माय लैंग्वेज वुड बी परफेक्ट, माय सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर, एवरीथिंग वुड बी परफेक्ट. No, it is natural. There may be some problems. You may commit mistakes, but you must have the skills of a good presenter so that you can go up with those skills. You can utilize all your those skills for a good presentation. Then we have voice modulation. What is voice modulation? And remember that this topic is included in your midterm exam, so you must be prepared for it and you must take interest in it. What is voice modulation?
सर अपनी आवाज को बदलना, सिचुएशन के मुताबिक बदलना अपनी आवाज को
अपनी वॉइस को सिचुएशन के मुताबिक बदलना. वेरी गुड जी.
Your voice must be interested.
Your voice must be interesting. We have another thing that is intonation. Maybe you have read it somewhere. Intonation. Intonation क्या है? Intonation is actually the rise and the fall of sound. Like if we don't have any rise or fall of sound in our speeches, it would be very much boring and robotic. आजकल तो ये एआई और ये ह्यूमन लैंग्वेज का काफ़ी कंपटीशन है, इस पे काफ़ी रिसर्चेज हो रही हैं. हैव यू ऑब्जर्व व्हाट इज़ द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन एआई एंड ह्यूमन लैंग्वेज? जी. Okay, leave it. I think you haven't get the point or you are not interested to answer. We have many participants, but I'm not getting a proper response from your side. Everyone is allowed to switch on their mic and they can intervene during lecture. They can also ask questions. You have also the chat option where you can just text and ask questions. So आज है वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन. जी सना.
सर ह्यूमन लैंग्वेज असल में मतलब मीनिंग को समझाता है, इमोशन को फील करता है, और जैसे एआई जो है वो सिर्फ डेटा के बेस पर जवाब देता है.
Very good. Human language is somehow emotional. Yes, that is very much important, and this is related to this topic, voice modulation. That just imagine if we are very much clear and if we are very much systematic, हमारी grammar भी perfect हो, हमारी language भी perfect हो, then what? Our audience would get bored. They wouldn't take interest in our words, in our sentences, because the main thing of communication is not only communication but effective communication so that you can get a proper or the desired feedback from your audience. For that, your sound, your statements must contain emotions. They must contain feelings, and for that, voice modulation is playing a vital role. तो हमने ये जो इंटोनेशन पढ़ा है इसको भी या वॉल्यूम का हम करते हैं तो वो हम अपने ऑडियंस के अकॉर्डिंग करते हैं बिकॉज समटाइम्स वी हैव अ स्टेटमेंट एंड द स्टेटमेंट व्हेन वी रीड इट लाउडली इट मे हैव डिफरेंट मीनिंग्स but the same statement when we read it or utter it in a polite way so it may have some positive connotations like just imagine that whenever we are angry what we do we utter the same statement that we used to utter in our daily lives but during our anger when we utter them it is totally contradictory or it gives us satirical meanings. Clear? So elements of voice modulation contains volume, that is loudness. You already know that. For that you need to speak loud, but not that much loud so that it becomes noisy or boring. So you need to loud enough so that everyone in the class, in the crowd can hear your voice. Nowadays we have different types of mics, so you can use them. You can use different speakers that also makes your voice more aesthetic. Uh, Example of this is that raise voice slightly while explaining important points. Yes, that is very much important. This is actually intonation. Raise your voice slightly. Like I have just uttered a sentence that just go to my previous session और यहाँ पे देख लें that we were reading this example that raise voice slightly while explaining important points. एंड दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइक रेज योर वॉइस यहाँ पे आप मेरा ये जो टोन है पिच देखें वो देखें और इसके बाद ये लाउडनेस देखें दिस इज़ वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट सो आई एम गिविंग स्ट्रेस ऑन this is actually intonation that when you rise and when you fall your sound it is called intonation in speeches in communication this is very much important because even then your speech would sound natural human और robotic का भी यही difference है that robot is too much systematic and it doesn't contain that much emotions like whenever we are reading it doesn't fit or it doesn't sound that much good. And it is also full of grammar, but human sound or human language is somehow that is sorry totally natural, and it sounds good to hear. Like we take in trust while hearing it. And the second thing is that in human sounds we do have intonations. We do have the rise and the fall of sounds. We have concise and brief sentences in human language, but in robotic language, we have lengthy sentences. That is a very much like a huge difference. You must have seen जब भी आप chat GPT पे आप लोग text देते हैं or when you ask questions, the responses that AI will give you are very much lengthy, like their sentences are very much perfect in structure and spellings, but they are not that much brief. So coming to the second point, that is pitch. Pitch is the high or low voice here, but we have read it in physics in ninth class and even in first year that there is difference between pitch of male speaker and the pitch of female speaker. We also have learned about the dogs, the animals, that how pitch works there. I hope you must have those ideas that what is speech and how it plays a role. But for this class, speech is just, we can say that we must limit it to the high and low voices. Yeah, for that perfect communication or presentation, we need to change our pitch so that we could express our emotions. Yes, so that is very much clear. अब ये ऐसे है that if we present it in the class, in a physical class, that would be better. Like during presentation, inshallah, after midterm exam, when we will be taking presentation, when we will be performing different presentations of different groups, we would apply all these strategies that how it can help or how it can improve our communication. And you need to avoid flat voice जी flat voice क्या है anyone what is flat voice स्लो वॉइस मेहदी जी स्लो वॉइस तो नहीं कह सकते फ्लैट
रेस में
वॉइस
इसमें
मोन
लहजे
जी
की
जी
तब्दीली ना
ऐसा
हो।
जी
रेस में लहजे की तब्दीली ना हो।
लहजे का क्या
सर ये सर ये ऐसी वॉइस होती है जिसमें मतलब फीलिंग नजर ना आए।
फीलिंग नजर ना आए जी फ्लैट वॉइस इज यू कैन से इट इज अ मोनोटोन मोनोटोन क्या होता है, आपकी सिंगल टोन नहीं होती है, यानी उसमें आप पिच को अलाउ नहीं करते, ना ही किसी चीज़ पे स्ट्रेस देते हैं, ना एम्फेसिस होता है। बस एक ही रिदम में, एक ही फ्लो में आप उसको कंटिन्यू करते हैं। सो दैट इज फ्लैट वॉइस। Sometimes a speaker, when he or she uses a monotone or flat voice, then the receivers cannot get the proper message. Like मैं कोई just suppose that someone is speaking a statement in a monotone, so वो बात कंप्लीट कर भी देता है, but the speaker didn't get कि ये अभी नाराज है, if he is feeling sad or happy, या ये कहना क्या चाहता है। हालांकि because majority of the time the sentences they have, you must have read it, के literal meanings होते हैं और figurative meanings होते हैं, connotative meaning होते हैं और denotative meanings होते हैं। So उसके according we have to check। Yes, just saw your responses, same level and expression। जी ठीक है। So in presentation, we have to avoid this flat voice. Further, we have speed. Speed ko already you must have a better idea that how we can use our speed, what would be our speed in presentation. But again, check it that do not speak too fast, slow down for clarity, slow down while explaining definitions. Speed though depends on the audience that because sometimes we speak in a normal tone, but whenever the receiver are receiving it, they turn it up to 1.5 or at the speed of 2, तो वहाँ पे भी they can easily get the message। So ये ड्यूरिंग प्रेजेंटेशन ऑनलाइन या ये पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में हम क्या करते हैं, और स्पीड जो मेजॉरिटी है नॉर्मल है, दैट इज़ आपकी स्पीड इतनी होनी चाहिए सो दैट योर ऑडियंस कुड easily get, because some people are speaking in a very much you can say that in a speedy way, so that their audience are not, even if they speak Pashto, they are not feasible with it, they are not able to understand their language. So your speed must be normal, and whenever you are focusing on something important, you need to give stress to it, because like you have to now turn to speech, now turn to intonation। तो वहाँ पे आप लोगों ने क्या करना है कि you have to give more stress to it, so that your audience can get attentive and they would start focusing on this very point। Next we have pause। Pause is very much important in speech। pause क्या होता है, that is very much easy, and in a natural communication majority of the times we use it। जी, I'm noting down your responses because we have some extra
सर
marks for
इसका
it। जी,
मतलब होता सर इसका मतलब होता है कि मतलब थोड़ी रुकना, वक्फा
रुकना,
करना।
स्टॉप करना, ब्रेक करना फॉर अ
जी सर।
शॉर्टर टाइम। इतना भी स्पेस ना दें सो दैट योर ऑडियंस गेट्स बोर्ड और उनको ऐसे लगे कि बस ये चुप हो गए हैं। बस वो नेचुरल सा लगे, और इसमें क्या होता है कि इट इम्प्रूव्स योर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, इट इम्प्रूव्स इवन द फ्लो एंड द रिदम ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन। जी सलमान, टेक योर टाइम एक्सप्रेशन। नहीं सलमान, इसमें टेक योर टाइम तो दैट वुड बी मोर देन इनफ आई वुड से। पॉज इज बेसिकली फॉर 2 seconds, 3 seconds और इवन अप टू 5 seconds। फिर इससे जो ज़्यादा हो जाता है ना, तो दैट्स क्रिएट डिस्टर्बेंस। एंड यस, it is also again basic related to your context. Like it would totally depend on the context that where you are using the pause। So if such a scenario is there and your audience are waiting for the responses, even then you can take a proper pause. Yes, it may happen, but according to the situation, that how you are using that pause. Communication is important pause because it connects people. जी यस इम्पोर्टेंट के बाद पॉइंट के बाद थोड़ा सा रुकना था कि लिसनर फोकस कर ले यस गुड then we have body language. Now this is very much important that for a presentation how much your body language matters or what is the role of body language. All of you know that body language is very much important because we focus more on appearances. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अपीयरेंस में आ जाती है अपीयरेंस को देखना होता है एंड देन बॉडी लैंग्वेज इज नॉट ओनली अबाउट योर गेट अप बट बॉडी लैंग्वेज इज अबाउट योर मूवमेंट्स your gestures your expressions so for that the first thing is posture ये जितने भी सीयर्स हैं प्लीज़ रिमाइंड मी इट इन द क्लास सो दैट वी कैन प्रैक्टिस इट अगेन कि हमने बॉडी लैंग्वेज को कैसे यूटिलाइज करना है वहाँ पे इसको कैसे इफेक्टिव बनाना है दैट व्हाट वुड बी आवर पोस्चर यहाँ पे तो इट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ थ्योरी यू कैन जस्ट रीड इट बट वी विल प्रैक्टिस इट अगेन इन द क्लास इंशाल्लाह दैट व्हाट वुड बी योर पोस्चर पोस्चर में दैट sorry you need to stand straight and do not lean or slouch तो उसमें ये है क्या है that we must be standing straight before my audience so that they would think that my presenter is very much active and motivated. Then we have eye contact. Eye contact at different people. Do not stare at one person. There is difference between eye contact and staring. Staring is in Urdu we call it gurna, but eye contact is general overview or general observation you can say that of your whole audience for eye contact you need to like spell your eyes you need to scatter your these sayings all over you to your classmates your audience so that you can even make them sure that I'm with you and I'm uh, continuing this session or I'm speaking it for you but do not stare एक होता है आई कांटेक्ट में क्या करते हैं हम वी सी द स्पीकर वी सी सॉरी द लिसनर वी हैव एन आई कांटेक्ट विद द लिसनर but in staring what we do is we see them again and again with eyebrows up head so that's create disturbance for the audience and they feel somehow nervous तो आई कांटेक्ट में अक्सर आप लोगों ने प्रेजेंटर देखे होंगे वो क्या करते हैं कि बस वो सिर्फ एक ही पार्ट को यानी जिस आपके जो हैं ऑडियंस ऑडियंस में सेक्शंस बने होते हैं एक ही साइड पे वो देख रहे होते हैं या किसी एक स्पेसिफिक बंदे को देख रहे होते हैं या इवन मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम जो चीफ गेस्ट होते हैं बस उसी को हम घूरते रहते हैं और उसी से रिलेटेड बातें करते हैं बट इन फॉर अ परफेक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज that you have a general eye contact with each and every audience सबके साथ पॉसिबल नहीं है लेकिन उन सबको ऐसा लगे कि ये और स्पीकर जो है ही इज विद अस देन जेस्चर्स ये इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है लाइक इट इज़ वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट these body language parts or you can say that its role तो इसको हम इंशाल्लाह क्लास में विद एग्जांपल्स आई विल शो यू दैट हाउ यू कैन हैव अ बेटर आई कांटेक्ट हाउ यू कैन यूज दीज जेस्चर्स यहाँ पे तो हम सिर्फ पढ़ लेंगे कि यू नीड टू यूज योर हैंड्स टू एक्सप्लेन लेकिन कैसे हैंड यूज़ करें और कैसे हम मूवमेंट्स करें हमारी मूवमेंट कैसी नेचुरल शो होनी चाहिए so this is theory and for better understanding inshallah we will discuss it in the class ये टॉपिक जो है ये आपका मिड के बाद था but I have tried to explain it before the match so that we could get the perfect idea for a presentation, that how we need to have a better presentation after the midterm exam. सो ये चीज़ें जब हम पढ़ लें इंशाल्लाह, आगे जो हमारी प्रेजेंटेशन है उस पर भी हम ये इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, एंड वी विल एनालाइज एंड evaluate every presentation, keeping in mind these all instructions for the better presentation. Further, we have facial expressions. That is, I hope, clear to you that what is facial expression, what are the facial expressions, how you can use that. We need to be smile, we need to have a smiley face, we need to smile when greeting, and match expression with message. कैसे मैसेज के साथ कैसे आप लोगों ने मैच करने हैं अपने एक्सप्रेशंस. यू मस्ट हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड इन योर व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस और इंस्टा या जो भी आप लोग चैट कर रहे हैं उसमें वी हैव डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ emojis. We use certain emoji, like for example, my emoji is related to laugh. I will share the picture with you that is a bit funny. और यहाँ पे जो आपके एक्सप्रेशंस होते हैं वो मैच ही नहीं करते. सो आपका जो मैसेज है वो आपके एक्सप्रेशन से मैच भी करना चाहिए. उसके अकॉर्डिंग क्या होता है कि योर मैसेज हैज़ अ वेरी मच effective result. Then we have formal and informal communication. I hope you are not getting bored, और इसको हम कंटिन्यू कर लें. इतना काफ़ी होगा. सलमान कितना पड़ा है हमारा? ऐसे करें ना, ये जो क्लास में वो स्टूडेंट्स जो फर्स्ट डे से आ रही हैं, CR हो गया, GR, ट्राई करें कि ग्रुप में आप अपने टॉपिक शेयर कर दें, दैट वट एवर वी हैव रेड. और कल से एक्सपेक्टेड है कि क्लासेस हों इंशाल्लाह फिजिकल. तो कल की क्लास में भी हम ये चीज़ें डिस्कस कर लेंगे, और फिर भी आप लोग को फ्री टाइम मिले, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, कोई कन्फ्यूजन हो. ये नहीं है कि यहाँ पे ऑनलाइन टॉपिक्स हो गए हैं सो दैट इज़ एन वी कैन रिवाइज एम अगेन एंड अगेन, और फिर भी पॉसिबल ना हुआ ग्रुप में, आप लोग ट्राई करें कि मैसेज जो आपका हो ना वो ग्रुप में हो ताकि सब उसको देख सकें. सो उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम रिस्पॉन्सेज देंगे. तो इंशाल्लाह फिर कल मिलते हैं, कल की क्लास में देखेंगे. आई होप कि फ़िज़िकल हो. आज पॉसिबल है कि नोटिफिकेशन हो जाए, अगर ना हुई तो कल इंशाल्लाह दोबारा ऑनलाइन क्लास होगी. क्लियर?
सर
ओके,
एक
ठीक
क्वेश्चन
है.
है.
जी जी.
सर ये कम्युनिकेशन के दौरान जब हैंड्स शेवर कर रहे होते हैं तो इसको कंट्रोल करने का